Today I'm going to show you how I created this canvas backdrop and this one for less than $150. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how to make your own canvas backdrop for your photography home studio. I promise you, it will be way cheaper to make your own backdrops than buy one. For my studio in my garage, I made 3 different backdrops and each one of them came under $150. I will walk through the process, share some tips, and compare the 2 methods I used, 2 different canvas I used, and I will tell you which one is my favorite one. First thing first, you need to buy your canvas. For my first 2 backdrops, I bought a 6-meter primed canvas roll from Officeworks here in Australia for $99. Then cut it in 2-3 meters sections to create 2 separate backdrops. You can find rolls from different sizes, from different places, Amazon, eBay. If you are in America, you may even find cheaper ones and more variety as well. So I wanted to make 1 dark backdrop and 1 light backdrop for a little bit of variety, and I wanted to make them sort of a fine art style because otherwise I would buy the paper backdrops. So I went to a construction store here in Australia to buy the paints. I could choose for hundreds of color palettes there. It's even hard to choose your favorite colors because there's so many. But for the dark one, it was very simple. I chose to get a black color and mix with white so I could get different tones. For the lighter backdrop, I chose a color called paprika. So I bought 1 liter of each color and bought 1.5 liters of white paint to mix. I also bought things like a paint kit, rollers, like those trays, small rollers for touch-ups. I bought a plastic drop sheet to protect my floor, masking tape, and a sponge which would help me to create the patching that I wanted in my backdrop. So I set up the backdrop in my living room, covering the floor with the drop sheet, and I started by mixing the black paint with a little bit of white and water. All these paints are water-based, so you can mix with water, and honestly it's going to make your life way more easier if you do. I did about 2 layers of the black, and then I start to come with the lighter tones or even darker tones to create the patching and the texture. It took about 1 to 2 days to dry, and to be honest, the results were quite amazing. I use a lot now with my clients. For the lighter one, I did the same process, guys. I bought the paprika color, mixed with a little bit of water, mixed a little bit of white, painted, and then I came and painted different patches with different colors, different tones of the same color. And the results was pretty good too. I just don't use that as much, but I thought it was really good. To create the texture in your backdrop, you can use different materials. You can use a cloth, you can use those proper texture sponges, or you can cut any sponge and use it. So then I thought, can I go cheaper? Can I buy a canvas that is cheaper and I can paint it and see how it goes? So I bought those cheaper canvas. They're like a drop sheets, like I think painters use them to protect furniture, floor, whatever. And they come and folded. So those cheap canvas, they're not pre-primed. You have to prime it. And I had to buy the primer. And the primer cost me about $20 each liter, and I used 2 liters. Plus, I spent a lot of time doing it. And to be very honest, I thought because the painting and the primer, they are water-based, I thought the wrinkles that this canvas came with would go away. But when I finished the canvas, the wrinkles, they're still there. I have to fix some Photoshop, and I use a lot actually because it's the color that I wanted to go for. But honestly guys, the first method is much better. So let's talk about money and summarize my costs for this canvas. My canvas roll were $99 for 6 meters, so $50 each backdrop. Each paint cost me around $10 for 500 mils. 1 liter of each color, so would be 20. 1.5 liters of the white colors, 30. The paint kit with the rollers, plus the drop sheet, the masking tape, brush, sponge, small roller, it was around $15, very cheap. So the total was $115 for each backdrop, which is really cheap considering that backdrops here in Australia, canvas backdrops here in Australia, they are around $1,000 each. It's crazy. For the cheapest backdrop, that cheap canvas cost me about $30, but then I had to prime it, and each liter of prime cost me $20, so $40. So I ended up spending $20 more than the other much better method. So you decide. That's it, guys. I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you have done your canvas backdrop as well. I wanted to see what you created. You will save a lot of money for sure. And you can change the style, you can repaint it, and you can store for so long. It's a tough material. It's not like the paper backdrops. Those ones are gonna last forever, and you can even resell them if you wanted to. If you like this video, give me your thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.